that for Diane as well, but have the alcohol over there. They can serve their drinks over there for their setup, and then the street dance will have alcohol for the cheer, and it will all be lifted just to stay in the street dance area. Nate said something about possibly getting maybe some FFA kids to go back and forth to run like a tractor or something to take people back and forth for safety. We're going to put signs outside of town a lot farther, so we have to slow down way sooner than usual, because even though I have seen a lot of deputy involvement in town, which is awesome, they do fly through on the main street. I don't know, y'all are like, if you were standing on Main Street, they're going 80 miles an hour, like running through this town. So Nate suggested that we could maybe stop them way further back, put some signs up outside of town way further back. We were going to do the tent. I talked to the fire department guys, and they were down for it, but the 17th is whenever it's going to have to be, because the band, which is Ed Webb, a couple other old school guys that used to play, I think Arlo from the Storms is playing. They're all going to come together and jam together for the dance, but it has to be the 17th because the tent is some stuff that they've already got planned out, and Diane's family's already got planned out. So we're trying to work it around, but the 17th will be the date. We're hoping that you guys say yes on this, just for her sake, but also for our town. Like, y'all, we need to like bring it back together and be a cool town. Like, let's do something to, you know, acknowledge each other as a community and come together for a lady that I believe has completely had everything to do with trying to make this town go. She's been the staunchest supporter of the farmer school. Every year she's an FFA supporter. Every year she's donated to a student there to get them through baseball or softball, anything that they're in. She's always donating. They come down, they ask, she buys from them. I just feel like as a town we need to get her back. You know, and people, there's word, there's rumor. She got one, she's already had a thing, and yes, she did, and yes, they did quite well, but she also broke her ankle a week after it happened. She's not able to work, they completely won't anymore. So Diane, if anybody knows Diane, she's one person, and it takes 3 to replace her. She did 3 different jobs all at once, so she has to pay all those wages out. They had to get assistive showers, assistive stuff for her to stay home and not go to a nursing home. So the money's gone. And now we gotta help her save her place so that she can at least have the last year knowing that she's gonna be okay. So, that's all.
Good idea.
I personally,
17 August. Yeah.
I'm in favor of it. I was against it.
We're gonna address that coming up.
It's right now. That's right now.
Coming up on the agenda.
That's it, yeah, that's me.
We're there.
Yeah.
We're there.
And we can expand on that.
Yeah. Yeah, we just need to kind of have a heads up on when, because it's 45 days. So I just put it in, so y'all have that timeline. We'll work on it, but we need a yes to be able to get the people, like we've got people donating cakes, we've got people donating food. So I just want to make sure we can yay without, you know, accepting these donations and then having to be like, hey, sorry, the town will do it, you know.
Other things, other events, for the fire department, for me, when I was in the fire department, special events application.
I would abstain since I'm tied to it, but if I wasn't tied to it, I would be.
We have a motion and a second to approve our special events application.
Thank you, guys.
All in favor?
Thank
Okay.
you.
So it's approved. Good, so they can get started with it.
Okay.
Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you. I appreciate it, y'all. And Diane's really gonna appreciate it. She needs all of our support, y'all, even if it means go get a burger.
Yep, that's good. Okay, we'll go to old business, burn pile location and rules. Robert was down to burn pile today, said it's kind of a mess. I haven't been down there in a few days. I don't know. And I know that it has been smoking for a few days. But there's something down in the middle of that that's on fire. So, what do you got? You guys, because you look at it, If we approve it, it's gonna cost money. And Christian said we don't have money. So where are we gonna come up with money? Are we gonna put up a fence and then start charging people to use the burn pit? Or,
What money are you talking about?
no, I was talking with Mark this morning about putting a fence up down there. We had to put we have to move all of that material down by our wells. And it's up by the burn pit. And we could put a fence across the middle of it, fence it in, or we could put concrete barriers up and separate everything and put everything in different slots to burn. Which all that's nice to do, but it costs money to do. Because we're gonna have to buy barriers and fencing, and then we're gonna have to have volunteers to man it. Or somebody's gonna have to.
I guess we talked about before, why are we talking about fencing? I thought we were just gonna cable across the roadway.
Yeah, we could put a cable across the roadway, and where Mark goes in and out of the, gonna have to put cables up across there too.
You got the cement to 6 blocks, one on each side, cable in between.
What are you gonna put on the side?
And on either side of that, you dig that, there's a dish on there, that going down to that road, down to the back road, they dig this a little bit deeper. Minimal cost.
There's gotta be hours of operation. They just can't be 24 hours.
It's gotta be, that's what we had talked about before, we had people that had said they would volunteer to man it on certain days.
Well, there's a list in here, a calendar you can sign up for. You put your name on it. There's nobody's name on it right now.
I haven't come over, and there's 2 others that are gonna come over. We just haven't because it's not passed.
Right.
It's kinda like, and it's not set up either. I mean, once you,
Those concrete barrier blocks are $160 each, and the semi that I talked to is all 12. And,
We already have them.
not to build the bins like you guys want to do.
I'm not talking about building it, I'm just talking about blocking it off the roadway. These are 4 and 4.
we
2
had,
going off of Third and 2 going off of Second, is that the street you guys were talking about? You're talking about blocking off or coming in.
Well, yeah, we have to block them. We have to block them on the side of the house. That's basically what the road is.
and the road should actually go around that pole. Are you sawing all those trees out?
Not gonna open it up unless we have to.
Well, so if we don't need to open that up, we really need the one entrance down off the Third, just the one entrance off the Third.
Yeah.
But that's the only entrance in there, put the 2 concrete blocks up there, get a half-inch cable or 5/8 cable, and trench on either side of the back so they can't come in. And if they do try to go in there, then he gets the goal, because they're still in there.
They had actually, Mark, they had decided not to do those deals like I had drawn out. They just, the brim, just knock it down so you could see what people are, is kind of what, and kind of set a place aside for the grass clippings, but that was
Right.
it.
Well, we could still do bins kind of like that with a dirt burn.
Yeah,
instead.
yeah, that's what we had said, to keep the cost and to keep it.
Yeah.
And then otherwise, if they wanna dump something, we had said that they would have to call and make an appointment to get a key.
Sure.
Is it because of illegal dumping? Is that the problem down there? I've been down there a few times.
Yeah.
And is it just like household items that would get into it down there?
It's a little bit of everything, furniture,
So
couches,
if you, just
everything.
out of my curiosity, if you put illegal dumping, anything other than yard waste,
That's why we're talking.
would that be a legal issue because you're illegally dumping?
Last meeting, the council passed a resolution, there's a civil charge, so the sheriff's office wouldn't be investigating.
So it's just, if we put a camera up, we catch it up, it's $250 fine.
You have to sign up
up there about it?
It's been sitting up there for years.
Well, until you enforce that, you're just a sign.
Okay.
Until you enforce it, I'm
Let's
telling you.
kind of hold it down a little bit. Try to keep it a little bit structured here.
Definitely have to be regulated somewhere, certain days. You can't be open 24/7.
No.
So, what we have before us here is burn pit rules. Has everybody seen or heard the burn pit rules? Okay. Rule number 1, any person wishing to utilize the burn pit must present a water bill to access the burn pit. 2, yard debris only. No other dumping of garbage is allowed. 3, all branches need to be cut into 8-foot lengths and the diameter must be 4 inches or less. Any leaf, mulch, or grass clippings will be dumped in designated areas only. The burn pit will be staffed by volunteers. A calendar will be available in the clerk's office for volunteers to sign up, and so the public know when a site will be open. Entry to the burn pit areas is allowed only when volunteers are available to staff the site. The burn pit will only be accessible from May 1st to November 1st of each year. Any person harassing volunteers or disagreeing or disregarding the rules will be banned from using the burn area. Any person who is caught dumping debris that is not allowed or accusing or accessing the burn pit area when it is closed will be charged. The penalty of that charge will be $250 per occurrence. So those are kind of the rules that the council has had a look at. Do you guys have any additions to these rules or subtractions or?
So my question is, liability in these volunteers.
Liability on volunteers. Okay, now,
You mentioned something about
Yeah,
this.
she said she looked into it, and it's works out to like, whenever they sign up, through our insurance, you know, it's
Townsfolk can pay for that.
I suppose if they want like to work 4 quarters and then the nickel is.
They don't need to pay for it. They're broke.
okay. So, the people, they can be covered by liability insurance. Are we gonna look at this, or is this something you guys wanna approve tonight?
What's that?
The best way would be to do a resolution. Council acts through resolutions or ordinances, almost exclusively. The mayor
This
has
needs
to,
to be made into a resolution.
if it's gonna be enacted by the city or the county council, the mayor has authority that you can probably enact those. But the best solution would be for a resolution or ordinance. The city council is going to be enacting them.
I'd like to see all townsfolk, what their thoughts are. They're the ones gonna use it.
Do we have any comments on the burn pit? Go ahead, stand, introduce yourself.
I frankly can't see any reasonable objection to the rules or the practice, anything that's written, either brought up in the previous meeting or in this one. I mean, to me, it's absurd, it's a slam dunk. So please, approve it.
For sure.
Yes, we could get some sort of printout, but obviously we don't have a resolution. If that makes sense, agenda, that should go out and I understand we can probably present the insurance.
Okay.
Council.
So we'll have to take it.
That's what we need to do then, is have a resolution. Okay.
And the mayor does have the authority to enact temporary measures, because there's nothing on the books right now that I know of, ordinances that are on the books now. So the mayor could enact temporary measures make it more formal, a resolution should be done.
We'll do that, resolution. Was there any other, yeah, that'll be the next meeting.
Is the mayor doing the temporary enactment?
What's that?
Is the mayor doing the temporary enactment like he's talking about?
I'm gonna do the way it's been going. So, if I catch you down there dumping cabinets or something, I'll probably chew you out.
Make sure they're good cameras.
What days are you to be open for that?
But we don't have any way of securing it right now. We can put a couple blocks down there with a cable on it. And,
So we can use you as far as right now.
yeah. Right now people are just dumping the yard. I haven't seen any real abuses recently. So,
Maybe draw off one sheet of what looks like paneling down there.
because I do know we get a lot of people hauling their grass clippings down there. Okay.
Haven't been back to Liberty Street.
Yeah, all right. I'm sure we can. Okay. So that will be up until next. Okay. Thank you. Review and approve engineer's quote for River Bank project. Now, the River Bank project, of course, everybody, we've had to come up with some more money, and I'm not sure if this tells us exactly how much it was.
$6,675.
Okay, $26,677.
So this is additional, correct?
Yes.
Okay, but then it also sounds like, from what I was reading, did this get forwarded to you guys?
No, but I looked at it. I saw it.
Okay. There could be additional costs after that, is kind of what I was reading. Am I correct on that?
That's possible. There's possible charges that come after. Now, when I was talking with Scott Blaine today, he thought he might make it to the meeting. Is he here? Come on in, Scott. You just will help me out here. Okay, so when I was talking with Scott today, there's the additional costs, if I'm not mistaken, where the county would look at that.
Excuse me. So, did you talk to Conservation District?
I did, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Amy was gonna try to be here, but she's not.
Okay, so Amy Bailey from the Carbon County Conservation District called today and said that she talked to the DNRC and I believe there was still some money available under what's called the EC, which was emergency something. I can't remember what the C stands for now. But that was, like, some of you may remember back several months ago when we met across the street, we talked about some of that emergency money that was going to go used towards that mitigation fee or mitigation cost that the U.S. Army Corps charges for impacts on the street. So they accessed that money that was allocated for Carbon County, and apparently there's still money available at the state level, but they were going to try to allocate more for Carbon County. So the last text I got from her today was, yeah, I hope it works out, fingers crossed. So that's kind of her board meets Wednesday night.
Yes.
So if that money were to be allocated from the state, that the Carbon County Conservation Board would have to, accept it and then approve the use towards the Fromberg project. I think the engineering bill was like 26,000 and change. With the TBD there below it, she said, what do you think the TBD will be? And I said, well, I would guess at least 10,000. So she thought, because they said something to the extent that they thought 36,000 was doable. So I said, well, ask for 36,000. Just trying to get that covered. So that's kind of where that's at. The county still, we originally allocated $150,000 towards the project with ARPA money. And I believe we've spent like 13,000 up front. That was to get the ball rolling. They wanted the administration fee before they do anything. And so that's all we've been invoiced to at this point. I've asked other times, but, pay something on it. But to date, everything's paid other than, we got to actually see some progress other than the engineering part of it.
This money is for engineering costs. I have an application, he sent me an application. Tomorrow, Melissa and I will work on the application. And then I'll run it over to Joliet and hopefully we can get this money bill. No guarantee. If we get it, that would be great. If we don't, we'll have to come up with next month. I'm not sure, go to the county as often as I can. Because they're not gonna let me, but, they got tight budgets too. We ain't come up with some.
Frank, with the ARPA money, it made it, we had, COVID money still, so thankfully we have that, or I'm not sure we could even play, just to refresh, or for folks that are new, it's about a $700,000 riprap project that the federal government will pick up 75% of the tab, and then local, whoever picks up the other 25%. So simple math, kind of puts us down in that $150,000 to $200,000 range. And some of the things that have been thrown in as we progress is the mitigation fees, which Chad can probably talk maybe how that works better than I can. But essentially, if you impact, the magic number is 300 feet of stream you can do without a nationwide permit, or I may be getting some of this wrong, Chad. This is 1,300 feet, so it's a large riprap, and to do that, it's kind of like, you might be familiar with the carbon capture stuff, you can plant grass and get paid to reduce greenhouse emissions kind of thing. Well, you can do 1,300 feet of riprap, you just have to pay a fine so they can go restore the stream bank somewhere else. So I call it ransom money, but
I have a question for you, Scott. In that February meeting, Sharon?
I'm not sure if Sharon was at the meeting or not, but Sharon was at the meeting.
Okay.
She's from the Stillwater County.
Right. She stated at that meeting that we had like a 2-week time frame.
Yeah.
That we had to get this money in, and we had to get all the stuff, because we had a contractor just chomp at the bit and stuff going in there. We called a special meeting so that we could get this funds, and we got this funds. That was in February. It was due to start in April. All these costs and everything were always supposed to be already said and done. They were supposed to start on this. Why now is there more costs?
I would suspect some mistakes were made through the process from that meeting on. I know one, the last permit to be, there's a whole slew of permits that have to be issued. The last one is a floodplain permit that actually the county has to issue, and we have to follow all those, rules. And her stipulation was that it had to have no rise certification because of the bridge and the downstream infrastructure. She said it would be foolish to do the project without a no rise certification and prove true no rise of the stream.
But going back to that same thing, again, according to her, only thing that we needed was the floodplain permit. We had all the other permits.
Yeah, I don't know
I mean,
that.
well, I mean, I can pull the video.
I know in February,
I can pull the video.
I
up
know
if you
after
need it.
February, she did not have all the permits.
I understand that, but I'm just saying what she presented to us. And everything
And that
the
could
way
be,
it was.
I don't remember, and
And I know.
I don't know that
was-
it matters at this point. I mean,
Well, so now the next question is, originally it was you were going out 80 feet from my property, out
Okay.
80 feet.
yeah.
So now are you gonna do the additional 30 feet that I've already lost? On top of that?
I mean, as the thing changes, it's literally a fluid project, and, the engineers engineered for what they could see on the ground then, because of holdups in permitting and everything, can get done before high water this year, so I'm sure it's changed. I don't know how much, that would be up for the engineers to discuss. I doubt they're gonna give you 30 feet of your land back. But, I mean, bluntly, you could have rip-wrapped it and saved your 30 feet, that's also a
I
choice.
could have rip-wrapped it, and then you would come back in and DNRC, fishing game, and all them would maybe tear the rip-wrap
Yeah,
back
if you
out.
have the right permits and stuff, so. I mean, the thing of it is, none of it's easy.
I understand that, and it's just, I just want you to understand our frustration.
Oh, trust me,
When we were sitting there told this was basically a done deal, all we needed to do, we had to get this money in there, it was ready to go.
I don't believe there was any official timeline other than that was her timeline.
They even brought equipment over.
Oh yeah, the contractor had a truck sitting there, he was ready to roll, but the permits weren't in hand, so. So, I mean, I think we're gonna be past high water in the next 24 hours probably, and then, by July, August, they should be able to go in there and do a project, all things still remaining constant, but, I'm fully aware at some point, it's too much money, it doesn't make sense, and, I don't know what that number is. I'm sure with 30 people in this room, there might be 30 different opinions on how much is too much. I know that, when the federal government, which you guys don't help pay for it, is gonna pick up 75% of the tab, we probably still need to push along and see what we can do, but.
So what are the roadblocks that are currently?
I think the bill to the engineer to give the final plans probably, because I believe, they're 90% plans or whatever, and to get the final design, you got to pay the bill, and then the engineer's gonna, check through the project and then certify that it was built to their plans.
Wasn't that already done though? That's, in that meeting, that's what it sounded like, it was.
No,
it was all done.
very, very rough. I don't know what you call them, those plans, but they did not have any no-rise certification and the plans, changed as well, so. It's not unique that it takes this long. We just got done with Dorval's corner there last summer, and we were a year ahead of this project, if you wanna use somebody else's money, it takes longer. So, if somebody wanted to spend the money, they probably done it 2 years ago, but.
Okay. Do we have any questions?
I have a question for Melissa. So, we're pretty well broke, and we're looking at 26, and I know that we have talked about if we do this, just so everybody's aware that this cost has to be passed on. We were hoping that it was a one-time cost. It was like $70 for the 21,000, but we got 26,000 more, so we're looking at over $140. But in the meantime, do we have finances that we can pay for this? If we vote for this to write the check? And here's the other deal. There's that wonderful TBD.
That grant. What I might suggest is we table this motion until we find out from the Conservation District whether we get those funds or not.
We're not in a,
You're going after the grant money to cover this cost.
okay,
I've got the application.
Okay.
We're gonna work on it tomorrow. I gotta get it ordered. Their instructions to me today was get it done and get it over.
I know that was our last instructions, get the money,
Yeah.
get it in, get it over to us.
But to me, it is a different, that was, you know, and there was Stillwater County, so Carbon County Conservation District couldn't apply for the money to start with because they didn't have their crap together to have a DUNS number, you know, whatever you gotta have for federal government money. And so they,
UEI number, same thing you guys are.
yeah, so they had to, Stillwater County came in and said, we'll do it for you. And then in the meantime, they got a divorce, a horrible one. And so they're tending not to play very nice with each other also, so being the children of that divorce, there's some unfortunate things going on here.
okay, no, I'm just,
I don't mean to make light of it, but
No,
that's the only
no,
way I can
no.
explain it.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
no, that answers, you know, I'm just sitting here, so I move to table this until.
I just buried my wife.
Just table it for next Monday.
Special meeting next Monday?
Set a special meeting for next Monday.
Okay, but.
If we get the grant, well, either way, we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do.
Okay,
So let's table this for a special meeting next Monday, 7 o'clock. Is that all right with you guys?
Is that real time enough to?
I don't know.
I mean, I felt like it was, I felt like she felt really good about it
The way that
today.
Amy talked about it, Wednesday, they're gonna have a meeting and decide.
Yeah, I mean, she felt pretty good about it, but
So,
Can we,
we should know by Wednesday.
well,
Can we
if,
set it up if we know by Wednesday, then we can have the meeting, so.
Yeah, we can still post it.
Still post it then?
48 hour notice.
Yeah, that's all,
Whatever.
I'd say we see what it's
So we post it for Wednesday then? Wednesday night at 7?
No, when we find out Wednesday.
Yeah.
Then we can, then we
Then we'll
can call
post
the
it,
meeting.
yeah.
Then we can post it.
Yep.
Call the meeting on Monday.
and if you don't find out anything, then we can hold off.
Okay. We'll do that.
That way we know, so we don't call a special meeting and then come find out what we have for the.
Yeah. I would call it.
Right. So let's just go, if you hear an answer back.
I'll second it, and then we'll be.
Good sound?
yeah, I should be able to go to the meeting Wednesday night. Plead the case anyway. So,
Okay.